point of microdosing is that it's supposed to be completely subperceptual, that you are not high.
You might feel a bit more relaxed, a bit happier, a bit more focused and in your body, but you don't notice any psychedelic effects.
Be respectful, you know, and recognize that this is a very powerful gift.
Sort of like a mushroom itself, the underground world of psilocybin therapy is coming to the surface after Colorado voters made it legal.
My name is Tracy T, and I am the founder and steward of Moms on Mushrooms.
Veronica Lightning Horse Perez. I am a wife, mother of 5, and I am a specialized therapist.
I am Ashley Ryan Troxel. I'm a sex and psychedelics coach.
3 women invited us into their private spaces to show us how and why they microdose magic mushrooms nearly every day, a discreet practice they've been doing for years.
And then I always just say a little prayer.
And then I'll set my intention and ask for my intention.
So I've weighed out my mushroom cap, and I'm just gonna pop that in my mouth.
A subtle effect, they say, has replaced their daily dependency on man-made pharmaceuticals.
My anxiety and depression are manageable, and so psilocybin has given me my life back.
I had done a tremendous amount of work on complex PTSD that had put me in the hospital. I was barely functioning for a while.
And yes, at times they take much more for a full psychedelic trip with a guide or therapist.
The journey itself allowed me to have a different perspective and a different type of healing on the childhood sexual trauma I had experienced in a completely different way.
In that space, there is opportunity to alchemize grief, to release patterns that have been holding you down forever.
What they're doing at home will eventually be allowed in state-regulated places called healing centers, places where people can buy and use magic mushrooms with a licensed guide. That won't happen until late 2024 when rules and licenses are approved.
I want to continue to see really high quality science in the field before we start making this widely available.
Dr. Stacy Fisher, a professor of medicine at CU, is just starting a major study on mushroom therapy for late-stage cancer patients. As a supporter of medically controlled psychedelic experiences, she's skeptical and cautious about Colorado's new path with mushrooms.
Did the state move too fast with decriminalization here?
Well, I would say that I think in general, jailing people for having psilocybin is not something I would support. However, allowing widespread use under the Natural Medicines Act does give me concern, and I think we can expect to see increased adverse events.
Who should not participate in this type of therapy?
People that have schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, a family history of schizophrenia or bipolar disorders, and a first-degree relative should avoid this.
As you hear about this, it may seem reminiscent to the early days of legal cannabis in Colorado. People who believe a naturally made substance can bring a sense of harmony as state and federal law remain in conflict.
And so it's not an overnight fix.
And also recognizing it's not a panacea and it's not gonna fix you. You fix you. The medicine helps.
From people who've been working with this medicine for decades underground, let's let them come up and teach, and let's get a really sacred and intentional respect for this medicine, far beyond just viewing it as another pill to take.
While possession is now legal under Colorado law, the mushrooms can still get you in criminal trouble on the federal level. You can read much more on 9news.com.